Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Gimme That Take, the fastest growing live golf podcast of 2023. Stick around for more takes like this.
What's up, everybody? It's Aaron Pags of Gimme That Take and GimmeThatTake.com here with another weekend of live golf, leaving Australia and heading to Singapore. The 48-man field will take on Sentosa, a world-renowned golf course in Singapore. Should be a challenge for many of these guys, especially the older live golfers who haven't played very many back-to-back weeks, especially the guys who played in the Masters. Big hype for that tournament, obviously. Then followed that up with a trip to Australia, Adelaide, where the energy was super high. Now they hit Singapore, where the crowds will be sparse for sure. Just not a party place. But they'll have to put their best game together if they're going to attack this course. Each week, each weekend that there's a live golf event, we're here to cover hole by hole to get you acquainted with the course and let you know what you'll be seeing on the weekend. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. Hole number 1, the Serapong opening hole. It's a relatively short par 4. Dogleg right. Good tee shot is definitely crucial. But if you push your shot too far right off the tee, you may end up being blocked by some trees or find a fairway trap that's perfectly positioned. If you go left, your ball might kick off down the left slanting fairway. So you got to find the landing area for sure on hole 1. If you do, you'll find a fairly straightforward approach. Hole number 2. This one's picturesque. You can see the skyscrapers of Singapore's central business district into view off the tee on this short par 3 second. The green is below your feet, and it drops down well below the tee, requiring a super delicate shot, which will hopefully see the ball drift down towards that target pin. It's one of the easiest holes on the course, but there are plenty of bunkers surrounding the green, which is not an easy one to read. Hole number 3. This one will be playing about 495-yard par 4 this weekend. Anybody with a lot of length is definitely going to love this one. It's got a little dog leg, but not much going out to the left side. And if you can clear those trees on the left, your ball will kick off the downslope and run way down. Landing area, though, is elevated, so it definitely makes the hole more challenging. Hole number 4, dog leg par 5, sweeps around the lagoon, which enhances that dawning look from the tee. A big strike that can clear that lagoon leaves an excellent opportunity to reach the green in 2. You and I, we're not even going to mess with the water, so we should be aiming way right. There are plenty of bunkers that come into play too, if you choose not to go over the lagoon. Should be a scoring hole for most of these guys. Hole number 5, the Serapong signature hole. Beautiful views of the Singapore skyline, looking out into one of the busiest ports in the world. The landing area off the tee is fairly wide with large bunkers on both sides of the fairway. But you're going to need 2 accurate, strong hits to reach this green. Hole number 6, another hole that needs an accurate tee shot into a well-bunkered fairway. These pros have the chance to reach the green with one big swing if they'd like to. Hole number 6, well, LIV took that option away. They moved the tee box back, and we're hitting at 444 this weekend. So that's not an option. There is a narrow C channel on the right that you don't want to mess with at all or get caught in one of the bunkers on that side. The landing area is definitely nestled next to the water. And if you can get there, short iron is needed to carry this sandy rock formation known as the Dragon's Tooth that partially obscures the green. Hole number 7, another picturesque hole. Plenty of great views on this course. This one features jungle on the left and the sea channel all the way down the right side, where Coast Guard boats are moored. It's certainly a hole where you might need to be rescued as bunkers lie near the landing area. A good drive is vital. It'll set you up. We keep saying this. Accurate drives here are going to be key this weekend. The big hitters, they might have a chance to get here in 2. It's playing about 587. But for the guys who carry it 340, they've got a chance. Although coming into the green on a second shot, you'll have to avoid the large bunker in the front right-hand side of the green. Hole number 8, they get a break after needing some very accurate tee shots for a stretch there on the front 9. Par 3 8th is going to be a welcomed breather. Though LIV has pushed the tee box back to 216, which may put some back hole locations on players' radars because there are plenty of bunkers back there off the left-hand side of the screen. Hole number 9 finishes up with a par 4. 452 yards. You can see the Serapong Pavilion in the distance. This course has been played before for the Singapore Open, so this is a familiar sightline for some of these players. The lake on the right is definitely a threat off the tee. And again, we'll see some fairway bunkers come into play as the front 9 wraps up. Hole 10, par 4, 402 yards. Plenty of trees come into play here. But this could be a nice, easy birdie hole for anyone who can hit a nice deep cut down the right-hand side. It's a wide landing area from the tee and a little fairway trap on the left side will be about the only thing that will stand in the way from these players and a birdie, because if you can find the fairway, you got a short iron heading into this green. The back 9 gets off to an easy start with hole 10 and hole 11, another chance for birdie. This one plays 412 yards, a short par 4 for these guys. Fairway slips from left to right, feeding your ball on its way down towards the hole. Most players are going to take out the driver and let one rip. That'll give him a nice, easy wedge into the screen. See a lot of birdies. Probably the easiest hole in the course, hole number 11. Hole 12, par 4, 493 yards. Again, not a lot of problems here for the professionals. Can definitely get here very easily with a nice drive. Again, Singapore and this course have laid out some strategically placed fairway bunkers. If you can avoid those, you can hit into this nice big fat green. Depending on pin location, this could turn out to be an easy hole as well. Hole number 13. Strategy comes into play here. Par 4, 450 yards. Water on the right, bunkers on the left, a very narrow landing area. If these guys lay up towards the second fairway bunker down the left-hand side, that's the best play. Because anything further than that brings the tree line into play across the left side of the bunker with this big dogleg right and water all the way down the right-hand side. The green is undulating, lots of contours, lots of bunkers on the right-hand side. Could make for some interesting drama should this tournament be tight down the stretch. Hole number 14, another 202-yard par 3. Plenty of water down the left-hand side, which likely won't come into play for any of these big guys. Though hitting over top of it, wind gusts, if they get up, could bring that water in the front and left into play. Hole 15, a real championship hole here. Super narrow fairway. The sea runs, the channel out to the sea runs all the way down the left side. Plenty of bunkers on the left and right as you approach the green. And a pop bunker in the back that you don't want to end up in on your approach shot. Hole 15 is playing 428 yards this week. Should be a nice test for the leaders. Hole 16, another par 4, 412 yards. So appears less demanding than the prior hole, but you need to keep your concentration here down the stretch because tee shots and accuracy are the name of the game. Landing in the landing area in position A will leave you with a nice clear shot into the green. There is a stream that runs about 30 yards short of the green, but that's mostly just for the pictures because that's not going to come into play for these guys. Hole number 17, par 3, 182 yards. Second shortest on the hole. The index makes it the easiest hole in the course. Very, very straightforward par 3. Large bunker is on the right-hand side. It's pretty much the only obstacle here. The green is quite a bit shallower than most of the other greens on this course, but these guys are hitting such high lofted clubs here. If the wind isn't a problem, this hole should not be a problem for them either. Finishing up with a dog leg par 5, 563 yards. With a huge lake dominating the left side of this hole, it's definitely reachable in 2. If somebody's coming down the stretch here and needs an eagle, they'll be circling this hole as a chance for them to catch up. The green is a little bit lower and a little bit closer to the lake than it has been for the Singapore Open. And so those attacking this green in 2 will have to avoid pulling their shot left. Otherwise, we could see a really exciting finish with maybe a 2 or 3 shot swing on hole 18 this week. So, after going through this hole, we will make our predictions on Instagram. And if you're a gambling person, you'll know that we've done pretty well with in these spots. So, head on over to our Instagram, give me that take, all one word, and we will post our picks there. Enjoy the golf.